Greetings, students. With the printed content that you have of this chapter, the leaf, there are a few things that need explanation for your better understanding. And I'll start with the significance of photosynthesis. You all know the process of photosynthesis, which is needed by the plants to prepare their own food. Now, this process is not just helping the plant in preparing their food. This process has many other significances as well. The first and the most important being the food. During photosynthesis, as it is mentioned in the book, that the plants, they prepare their food. But this food is not only for themselves, it is for the animals as well. Because if the plants don't prepare their food, they won't be able to grow. They won't be able to give us fruits which we eat. So, the process of photosynthesis helps the plants to prepare food not just for themselves but for us as well. Then comes oxygen. Leaves, as we know, they give out oxygen. This oxygen is a byproduct of photosynthesis. Byproduct means it is a product that is formed along with the major product. The major product being glucose or the food, but oxygen is a byproduct. Now we all know that without oxygen, none of us can survive. So this is the second significance of photosynthesis. Then comes transpiration. In the book, it is written that this is the process by which water is lost in the form of water vapor by evaporation from the surface of leaves. Now, this process has a cooling effect. During summers, when we take a bath, we drink a water, we feel cooler. The same thing happens with transpiration, that as leaves leave out water, as leaves lose water, their surroundings become cooler. Also, this transpiration develops a suction force to make the roots absorb more water. Now, how does that happen? When the leaves are losing water from the surface, they lost the water and there is no more water there. Now, that space needs to be filled up by something. That water comes from the part of the plant just beneath the leaf. When they give the water, then that space becomes empty. So they again need water. So like that, a chain is formed. So the plants continuously absorb water through roots, and transpiration is one of the main factors which helps them to do that. This water is transported through the stem to all the plant parts, including the leaves. Only a very little amount is used during the photosynthesis. Now let us learn about significance of transpiration. Transpiration is a very important process. It has the first significance of it is the cooling effect. The water keeps on evaporating from the leaf surface, and due to which the evaporation of water cools the plant when it is hot outside, because the heat needed for evaporation of water is taken by the plant itself. So if the heat is taken out from the plant for the transpiration, it makes the plant cooler. So it helps to cool the plants. Now, the best example for this is if you stand under a tree during a hot summer midday, it feels much cooler. Playing out in the ground and then coming back and sitting under those trees in our garden area is much cooler. So it is all due to the shade, but also due to the loss of water from the surface of the leaves. Okay? Also, cool air being heavier, it tends to settle down, and as a result, you feel cool when you stand under the tree. Next is transpirational pull. You have to read this carefully. It's a very important procedure. As water continually evaporates from the leaf surface, the roots pull up more water from the soil to make up for the water loss during transpiration. So this is what I said earlier also, that if the leaf is losing water, then that space needs to be covered up by something else. For that, the root continuously absorbs water so that the water reaches the leaves. Now, this pull that the root does to the water is known as transpirational pull. Now, the good thing about transpirational pull is, while pulling up water, it also pulls important minerals and salts that are needed by the plants. So that is transpirational pull. There is this activity. I have given a image of this page. Please try this activity at home. If you have a potted plant at home, you will understand transpiration better. Read this activity properly. You will understand transpiration better if you can do this. Instead of this kind of a pot, you can simply, where they are putting up a stick, you can simply tie a plastic around a empty pot to do this activity. Now we come to modifications of leaf. This modification of leaf I will explain in another video.